What's up, YouTube? T Movies here. Now, today I actually went and saw the Downton Abbey movie. Now, I'm gonna admit I'm not that much of a tea timer. I mean, I drink tea obviously, but of course, a tea timer is what you actually call fans of Downton Abbey and all. So I'm not really much of a tea timer. So I didn't really knew much. Like, to be honest, I wasn't even sure if I was even going to see the movie because I barely watched the TV show. But I decided, okay, I'll probably still see it because it's number one in the box office. Critics are loving it, so I was like, okay, I'll still give it a shot. And I'm going to say, the Downton Abbey movie was actually really good. I quite got a kick out of it. I really quite like these characters involved. I mean, you've got... I think Maggie Smith as the character of Violet Crawley, who ended up winning loads of Emmys for playing this character, I think I really quite like that character a lot. I mean, I think if I watched the show slightly more, I'll probably enjoy her a whole lot on the show as well. But I gotta say, she was great. Like, Maggie Smith was great on this. But she's Maggie Smith. Come on, she's great. Like, Maggie Smith would be great in she could be in an Emoji movie, and Maggie Smith would still be great. That's how great That's how great of an actress Maggie Smith is. So, I mean, when you talk about Harry Potter, I adore Maggie Smith. But anyway, in this film, it begins in 1927, and Robert Crawley, who's like the Earl of Grantham, ends up receiving a letter from Buckingham Palace announcing that King George and Queen Mary are coming to Downton Abbey as a part of a royal tour to the country. And so Robert ends up informing his daughter named Lady Mary Talbot and son-in-law Tommy Renson. And so, like, when Violet Crawley, who's the Dragon Countess of Grantham, ends up hearing the news, she pretty much perturbed that Queen Mary's lady in riding Maud, Lady Bagshaw, who will also be coming to Downton. Lady is also Robert's first cousin, who was once removed, and two families that has fallen out over insurance issues and all. And so, while arriving, there are also tensions between lots of the people too. When the royal staff ends up arriving, including the royal page of Backstairs, who the Queen royal dresser, and Richard Ellis, who's the King's royal dresser, and the Downton staffs are pretty much affronted by their ignorance. Lady Mary that believes that Thomas Barrow, who's Downton's butler, will fall short for the royal occasion and all, and so she ends up asking the Downton's retired butler to temporarily resume his former duties and all. And I gotta say, this movie was actually not like I would say this now. Downton Abbey was a real pleasant surprise. I mean, I didn't love it as most critics do, but I really thought it was decent. You know, you really, you know, you really like the characters. You really, communicate with, you really, felt the characters, really well. I mean, you really relate to most of the characters, and I really thought they were all great, and especially Maggie Smith's character. I just quite loved Maggie Smith's character in this. I thought Maggie Smith was a doll here. And the one who plays the king and queen, I thought they were great. He had some really, great cast members in this. Hugh Bonneville played the lead here. You had Laura Carmichael, Jim Carter, Brandon Doyle. Michelle Dockery played Lady Mary Talbot. You had Joanne Frogod, who played Anna Bates. You had Matthew Good in this. Alan Leach. Elizabeth McGovern was in this. He had some really great cast members, and it was also written by Julian Fowles, who directed the TV version, and it was directed by Michael Engler, who directed who also directed the TV episodes of Downton Abbey. I mean, I always keep calling this Downtown Abbey, but it's called Downton Abbey. But yeah, I really quite liked the characters in this, and I don't. Everyone in this was great. I mean, the storylines was pretty decent. I mean, I don't think this movie is probably gonna get much Oscar for. Like, I think the only Oscar probably maybe might get maybe for best costume design, production design. I'll be shocked if this don't get costume and production design, to be honest with you, because the costumes are freaking great. I quite like the costumes in this. Now, I'm not that much of a period piece guy, but man, the production design they used for this movie, I thought the production was great. You know, it looked beautiful. Like, it made me literally want to travel to 1927 to stay there. Like, that castle looked beautiful. I mean, if I had a time machine, I'm not gonna lie, I'll literally travel to 1927 to be in a castle like that. That looked like a cool castle. But yeah, I thought Downton Abbey was was a little slow at times, but it still made me more like I still was invested with these characters and all. The story arc was pretty decent. Lots of the characters all had great chemistry with one another. I'll say even if you guys haven't seen the show of Downton Abbey, I'll say you might actually still get a kick out of the movie version. So I'll say but I think Downton Abbey is more like if you're a fan of the show, you'll probably enjoy the movie more than if you weren't a fan of the show. But I also say give the show a go. Give the movie a go. It's actually really decent, and I think you'll enjoy it. Anyway, let me leave to you guys. Did you have a chance to see the Downton Abbey movie? If so, what you thought of it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? And are you also a tea timer, by the way? A tea timer is, of course, like I said, is someone who's a fan of the Downton Abbey show. So, anyway, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is T Movies signing off.